I was asked the question, is it worth getting a professional demo? There's a lot of people that recommend you have to have a professional demo, whatever. Here's my answer on a professional demo, and then take this to heart, okay? Without insulting anybody, don't get a professional demo until you're ready. Now, how are you going to know when you're ready? You're going to know you're ready because you are getting a lot of work. That tells you that you're wanted, that the industry likes you, and that you can get hired. But also, you need someone that's been doing it for a while that's going to give you honest feedback. Okay, family is not going to necessarily give you the honest feedback. Some random neighbor next door or some person on the street that doesn't really know the industry, they're not going to necessarily know if you're ready. The truth is, a good demo producer, a good professional demo producer is going to tell you that they won't take your money if you're not ready. And it hurts. It freaking hurts to hear that. But the truth is, you need to hear that because a good professional demo could cost upwards of $2,000 or more. And you need them to be able to tell you, look, you're not ready. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian from Ridgeback Productions, and I help beginning voiceover talents grow their business and generate some income. In fact, I do that in many ways. I help you out. I help lots of talents out, do it in different ways. Some of the ways that we do it is in consultations. I've had quite a few consultations. Side note, while we're talking about consultations, I could trust you, right? Okay, good. With consultations, I've actually had a bigger number than usual of talents that have done nothing in voiceover, meaning they haven't even started their Fiverr. They're just wanting to get into it. And it's kind of like an introductory consultation. And, I do those. I do everything from introductory consultations with talents that they don't know anything about voiceover. They just want to get some information. They know they want to do it. They want to learn what's the best system, best way to get into it. What are my suggestions? Love doing those. Done a lot of those lately. More than normal, but love doing it. I also meet with the other end of the scale, which is talents that have been on Fiverr or UpWork, or they've kind of just plateaued in their business, and they're looking for a way to just move past that plateau with suggestions. Now, with those, it's not always Fiverr is the route I go. Often with those, we get into discussions of, what type of marketing can you do to attract buyers outside of the platforms? Now, when I say platforms, that's Fiverr, UpWork, any of the online things that are free or you're paying to play. When you have a client that's independent, that's off platform. So what can you do to get into there? It's the grand scale of, I want to get into voiceover. I don't know what to do, all the way to I'm plateauing. Help me move past that. And I offer all those services. So that's consultations. I also do what we're going to be doing in this video, which is Fiverr reviews. And I was asked recently in one of my consultations, do I only deal with Fiverr? No, not necessarily. It just seems that Fiverr tends to be where a lot of my business for consultations and reviews come from. But I do reviews for UpWork and voices.com, Voices123, all that stuff. I mean, essentially I'll do anything. I'll look over your website, whatever. I'm open to it all, but Fiverr tends to be what works and it attracts the most people. So just what you see. Anyways, in this video, we're going to be doing a gig review for a gentleman named Tim. And Tim's got a gig on Fiverr. And he says, because there's like different levels that, so when you do the gig review, I ask you questions like, are you at just getting started and needing help? Are you been at it for like a little while, but not sure what to do next? Okay, been at it for a while and need to get past this plateau, or, I just need some fine tuning to help me get to top rated seller. There's all these different levels. I believe Tim's answer was that he's been doing it for a little while and he just kind of wants to make sure that he's going down the right road. Love doing it. So we're going to dive into Tim's Fiverr gig review right now. Let's go. Okay, so here we are, and I like to always start with the title. The title is the number one spot where if a buyer is going to find you on Fiverr and they want to search for a talent, the number one spot that they're going to find you is within your title. The number two spot is your keywords. We're going to get to Tim's keywords after that. Okay, so the most important is your title, then your keywords, and then after that is maybe some gig description, but not nearly as important as it used to be. Now it's just really focusing on title and keywords. Okay, so let's look at Tim's title. Before I get into it, there's three main things that you have to hit in your title. You got to hit your gender, male or female, where are you from, America, Australia, Britain, or not Britain, you speak British, whatever. It's essentially where you're from / the language you do this in, and then what business are you in, which we are in voiceover. So you have to have those, okay? So I'm going to be looking for Tim. Tim's a male, so I'm going to be looking for male voiceover, and then I'm going to assume he's American, maybe not. Okay, let's find out. I will record a professional American, slightly Texan, adult male voiceover. Okay, this is good. My recommendation to you though, Tim, is that you don't need all these adjectives and descriptions, okay? So essentially, if I take out all your adjectives and descriptions, I know those are the same thing, and just read your title, it would be, I will record an adult male voiceover. So that kind of hits it. We should include American. I will record an American male voiceover. That's really all you need. So you're throwing in professional, which doesn't hurt to have. Slightly Texan. I mean, I kind of can guess what that means. Honestly, do we think that a buyer's going to use the keyword search slightly Texan? I don't know. If you think so, then leave it in your title. If you don't think so, then maybe omit it, okay? Because Fiverr, as you're filling out your title and some information, it tells you if it's okay, perfect, too long, whatever. So it gives you like a character count of, I think, 80 characters, but you want it small. Fiverr likes short titles. So a lot of I'm kind of all over the place. Just for reference, a lot of my information comes from history of being on the platform for so long, working with talents on the platform for so long. And then also I have a Fiverr success coach that gives me this information. So new information that changes within Fiverr or current things that are happening in Fiverr, I just give it right to you. And right now, shorter titles are working for Fiverr. And Fiverr even tells you that because if you put in a short title, it'll tell you perfect. So you really don't want to go over that. So that said, Tim, if you want to have slightly Texan, all of this, you can do whatever you want. My advice is I would just leave it as I will record a professional American male voiceover. I'd leave it at that. You don't need slightly Texan. You don't need adult. I can see from your picture you're an adult. You don't need to put that part. I know it all comes down to is a buyer going to put this in the search field and you want to help it show up? Okay, yes, but longer titles tend to not do as well. Okay, so that said, let's just move on. Okay, so that's my suggestions for your title. I do like your little your profile picture. It's a nice profile picture. Okay, looking at your summary. All right, so right now your summary, you are offering $5 for 250 words, 1 day delivery, 1 revision. Great. I wouldn't change a thing, Tim. For those of you that are curious about how I view this, when you're a brand new seller, and Tim is a brand new seller, because I could see he's got 1 order or at least 1 review. So when you're a new seller and you have, let's just say less than 10, gosh, it could be even less than 20. When you're new to the platform, new to selling as a voiceover talent, you don't have much value because you don't have any proof that you can get an order. You have no proof that you can get reviews. You have no proof that you can actually deliver on time and that people like you. You have no proof. It's like going on Amazon and you're more likely to buy products that have reviews, okay? So what is your value? Well, if your value isn't that you can show that how good you are by your reviews and your order count and how long you've been on the platform, then your value needs to come in that you're just cheap. You're cheap to hire. So you're not going to make a lot of money, but you are going to get, hopefully you're going to get a lot of orders if you do it correct. So I definitely recommend $5 for 250 to 300 words, okay? You're on the low side of this, Tim, no big deal. One-day delivery is a must. It's an absolute must. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but it's an absolute must. If you have a question, leave that in the comments below, and I'll answer for you in the comments below. But essentially, it's a must. You have to put it, okay? 1 revision, that's fine. 1 to 2 revisions is fine. All right, looking at your thumbnail, I like it. I like your thumbnail, Tim. It's your picture occupies 1/3. You're using the rule of thirds. So your picture takes up 1/3 of the actual thumbnail. You're looking at the camera, which is like you're looking in my eyes. You don't have like a mean mug face. You're not showing any teeth, but that's okay. You look friendly. So essentially that's what you're trying to do, is take up 1/3, looking in my eyes, looking in the camera, and looking friendly, approachable. That's exactly what you want to do. And you look very professional too as well with your polo shirt. I love it, Tim. All around, handsome gentleman, good to go. Okay, as far as your text, very important that your thumbnail states what you are, what you do. You're an American male voiceover. That's all you really need. Now you're putting professional, high quality, authentic, fast delivery, free sample recording. That's fine. That's fine. Now let's keep in mind though that the buyer gallery, when they're looking for talents, whether they're on their phone or looking on a computer screen, the buyer gallery at most is 4 thumbnails across and infinitely down. So take 4 thumbnails and squeeze them onto a computer screen, and that's pretty small, okay? Or take 1 thumbnail and put it just like on the face of your phone, and that's pretty small. So what are the chances that buyers are gonna creep up on the screen to read the smaller print? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That's my kind of view. I kind of like just to be big, bold, strike their attention. The details come really in the demo. That's what sells it. It's not necessarily the text that's on the screen. So that said, I do like your thumbnail. Okay, so we're going to move now into your demo. Now for your demos, Tim, I can tell right from looking that you don't have all your demos, okay? Fiverr will allow you to upload 3 audio samples. So that's 1, 2, 3. Aside from your audio samples, they also allow you to put your video. That's what I affectionately call your first impression demo reel, because it's going to be a demo reel. A demo reel is different than just a standard demo because a demo reel has a lot of spots. And for your first impression demo reel, you're going to have about 5 or 6 spots, ranging from 8 to 12 seconds, and they're going to rotate between different styles that you can do. Commercial, promo, IVR, documentary, audiobook, you name it, whatever you're into, show it to us in a demo reel. And let's hear your range of what you can do, accompanying with video, okay? So now you have your video, your first impression demo reel, and then you have 3 other audio samples. Well, I can see right here that you have 2. So this might just be, well, one of them is going to be your audio. I think it's your audio. Might even be a picture. Let's see. Okay, it looks like audio. All right, good. So essentially you're missing 2 extra audios. If we called them 1, 2, 3, 4, you're missing your 3 and your 4. Your number 1 is your first impression demo reel, which should be a video. We're going to find out soon. And then you should have 2, 3, 4. You're missing 3 and 4. All right, let's take a look at your first impression demo reel. I'm hoping it is a demo reel, and hopefully it is a video. You're 67% more likely to get hired if you have a video. Make it a video. Impress me, Tim. Let's go.
The mist on the lake in the morning. The smell of the campfire at night. The feel of 8-pound test running through your fingers. And that trip to the store just to get ready for it all. When your life's calling becomes your...
Okay, so you did. You switched within your 8 to 12 seconds. I would say that's like kind of a calm commercial. Let's see what you do here.
Livelihood. Agents who are realtors are here for it. Here with market expertise we put to work for you. Here for it all because that's who we are. Because the grave's our destination, Mr. Sedgwick said. Those who hurry usually get to it quicker than those who take their time. Now me, I travel, and when I'll get anywhere is anybody's guess. If you two hadn't have come along. Welcome to Be the Boss You Wish You'd have had.
Okay, so up to this point, Tim, your delivery has sounded the same for all 3 audio samples or demo samples. Now this one does sound, you kind of went into a little bit of a higher register, like your voice, and you sounded a little more excited. This is the first time I'm hearing you do something else than calm and real casual. And I'll explain this in a moment, but I want to hear range, and I haven't heard it up to this point.
A podcast for new managers. Don't let the name fool you. We don't want you to just be a boss. We want you to be a leader. This podcast will provide you with some bits of wisdom they don't teach you in school. At times, even the best climbers need guidance. And that's where a trusted partner can be your beacon. A spark that ignites your path to success. A partner that can assist you to navigate through digital transformation and achieve industrial supremacy.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it right there. So here's the deal, Tim, and this is going to lead me into a topic that I was just talking about with another talent last night in a consultation. I was asked the question, is it worth getting a professional demo? There's a lot of people that recommend you have to have a professional demo, whatever. Here's my answer on a professional demo, and then take this to heart, okay? Without insulting anybody, don't get a professional demo until you're ready. Now, how are you going to know when you're ready? You're going to know you're ready because you are getting a lot of work. That tells you that you're wanted, that the industry likes you, and that you can get hired. But also, you need someone that's been doing it for a while that's going to give you honest feedback. Okay? Family is not going to necessarily give you the honest feedback. Some random neighbor next door or some person on the street that doesn't really know the industry, they're not going to necessarily know if you're ready. The truth is, a good demo producer, a good professional demo producer is going to tell you that they won't take your money if you're not ready. And it hurts. It freaking hurts to hear that. But the truth is, you need to hear that because a good professional demo could cost upwards of $2,000 or more. And you need them to be able to tell you, look, you're not ready. And Tim, I'm not saying you want a professional demo, but you're a good example of you're not ready. You're not ready for a professional demo. And the reason you're not, the number one reason you're not, and it just comes in time and practice, is you don't have a lot of range. All your spots sound the same. Even that podcast one, you came off a little bit high in a higher register and a little more excited, and then you jumped into your sweet spot. So everybody's got a sweet spot. Everybody's got an area where they feel very comfortable talking and narrating, and that's their go-to comfort spot. And you're kind of sitting in your spot through your whole demo reel, and they all kind of sound the same. That there's good to that and there's bad to that. You know, you're allowing the buyer to hear you do different types of spots, audiobook, commercial, promo, podcast. They're getting to hear you do different spots, but they're not getting to hear you do different range. It's like, this is Tim doing podcast, commercial, promo, and it's all the same. So if they like your Tim voice, then man, dynamite. You're going to get hired a lot. But what if they're looking for something different and you can do it, but you're not offering it because they don't hear it in your demo? That's the number one reason why your demo reel needs to have different genres and it has to have different tones. You're going to show them that you can do a conversational, a gritty, a deep, a casual, a high energy, a low energy, an empathetic, whatever, all the tones or whatever tones you think you're good at. You got to give them a range. I didn't hear much range in your demo, and that's going to hurt you. Tim, that's going to be a good reason why you might not be getting hired, is because I'm going to call it your Tim voice. Your Tim voice is excellent, but if I'm a buyer and I don't like the Tim voice because it's not going to work for my project, I'm going to find somebody else that can do something different. And maybe you can do something different, but you're not giving me the opportunity to hear it because you're not giving it to me in your demo. All right, that said, let's move on. So this was your number one spot. Here's your number two. This is just a straight up audio sample.
To my son, you turned 12 today, and today marks the beginning of the writing of this letter. You have grown up so fast and have become a great person.
Okay, so it's an audiobook
Next-
sample. It's good. I like it. It's the Tim voice. It's everything that you've been doing before, and it's good. I like that voice. No shade. I'm not throwing any shade your way, Tim, as far as what you're doing. But you have one thing that you do. You're good at it. You just don't have a range of what you can do. All right, so let's just make sure you have 2 more audio samples that you need to upload. And like your number 2, which was a nonfiction audiobook, make sure that your 3 and 4 audio that you get to add are not in your demo reel. It's all different stuff that you're offering. Okay, cool. Sliding down into your About This Gig. It's about the gig, not about you. Let's see what you put. Do you need an adult, American, slightly Texan? And you are leaning heavy on this slightly Texan male voice for your project. Yeah, I question why you want to put slightly Texan. It's not a bad thing, but I just don't know that it's selling you. But that's okay. That's fine. All right, let's talk. I'm a voiceover artist with a range and it's been described as calm, fatherly, conversational. I do hear all that. Calm, fatherly, conversational, authoritative, dramatic. I didn't hear much drama in your demo reel. Educational, trustworthy, friendly, corporate, masculine, deep. Yeah, all those could describe that one delivery style that you have, but you got to keep in mind that describing that one delivery style with all these great words, in the end, Tim, it's still just one delivery style. You got to work on having a range of what you can do. All right. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to the demos above and hear for yourself. Okay. Let's back that up by actually showing that you can do more. I mean, you can attribute all these great descriptions to what you did, but it still just is one style. All right. We'll find the voice you need. We will find the voice you need, whether you're we. Okay. So you're saying you and them. And then you have a list of the genres that you'll do. Not convinced? Send me a short excerpt from your project with direction about what you're looking for. Record, produce simple voiceover for free. My quick responses and 5-star review status. Okay. Oh, so you have more. So you have 4. Why is it saying? Oh, you must have another gig. So out of all your gigs, you have 4 or 5 stars. Okay. All right. So English, male, for purpose, video narration, audiobook, commercial. Great. Yeah, you do have it. Make sure you always include video narration. Video narration is the #1 selling purpose for voiceover on Fiverr. You always want to have that. And you selected audiobook and commercial to go with it. Great. Purpose is always something you can play around with and change, but always have video narration. Your accents, English, American, or American Southern. Great. Adult range, yep. Your tones, authoritative, calming, conversational, deep, friendly. Yeah. What I would do, because I know that you're going to want to change your demo to show your true range, adjust your tones to reflect describing those other ranges that you can do. Authoritative, conversational, calming, friendly, those can all fit your one delivery style that you do. Deep isn't so much. Now, this is a tricky one because I get in this conversation with so many talents about deep, but the truth is there's like the male voice, which is deeper than a female voice. And then there's men that have a deep voice. I don't have a deep voice. I didn't hear you having a deep voice, but I'm telling you, there's talents I work with. I just talked to the talent I was just working with last night in a consultation. He's got a deep voice. If you have it, use it. But so maybe slip out deep and then put in a different tone. These are all just recommendations, Take them, lose them, whatever you want. All right. Good. You've been on the platform since 2019. Wowza. I wonder if that's a buyer or if you just really haven't had much traction on Fiverr for the past 5 years. All right. Scrolling down. Your order deets. You'll do script proofreading for $5. You could probably get more money for that one. Full broadcast rights is $25. Split files is $25. I bet if you lowered I don't know how often you sell that, but if you lower your split files cost because it's so easy to do, you'd probably sell it more often. I bet if you dropped it to $10, you'd probably sell it a lot more, because there's going to be buyers that'll be like, come on, I'm not going to pay $25 for that. But maybe. All right. Additional revisions are a day. They take, you get $25 for that. Wow. Wonder what your revision policy is. Hopefully it's in your FAQ, because that's a lot of money for a revision. Background music, cool. All right, moving on. All right, you should have 10 FAQs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Fiverr gives you 10 FAQs to use, and they highly suggest that you use them. You are good, right? So Fiverr's opinion on this is, if they give you something to use, like here's a spot you can fill out your FAQ. Here's a spot where you can upload more audio. The more you use it, the more Fiverr sees that you value what they're offering to you, and it bumps you up in the search. So it does help. Okay. Revision policy. There it is. If I make a mistake or don't follow what you have given direction for, I 100% will fix it. Good. That is not a revision. But if you want to make a change to something that's different than it was before, that's a revision. But I want to give you the best product with or without a paid for revision. That's I get what you're doing, but it kind of doesn't make sense. All right, so just something to consider, and those of you that, something for you to consider, Tim, and something for everyone to consider. A revision should be a minor change, because by your revision policy, you're saying that if you want to make a change or something that's different than it was before, that's a revision. Okay, so what if I want to change the whole script? I go, oh, Tim, thanks for delivering this, but I changed my mind. I'm going to go in this direction and give you a whole new script. That's not a revision, but according to your revision policy, if you want to make a change to something that's different than it was before, that's a revision. And there's going to be buyers that are going to say, hey, like, you owe me a revision. I don't know. I'd just be careful. I would word it so that it's a minor fix, 10 words or less, or something like that. Small little mistakes. Don't allow it to be a big thing, because they're going to take advantage of that. And because it's a small mistake and a minor fix, charging $25 is kind of a lot. You can have 5 tags. You only have 4, so you need to add another tag. So for your tags, you have male voiceover, Southern, narrate, and voice talent. The way that the tags work is you're going to add in keywords and terms that you think a buyer might put in when they're searching for you. So if you think they're going to put male voiceover and you want to show up, great. If you think they'll type in Southern and you want to show up, great. Narrate, yes. Voice talent, yes. You should add one more. Okay, simple one you can add is voice talent. Oh, you already have voice talent. Just kidding. Voice artist. Put voice artist, and there's your 5th one. All right, cool. Let's go back up to the top. What's your big takeaway? Tim, honestly, your big takeaway for you is going to be, I would adjust your demo to show your range. You don't have to do it right away, but next time you want to make a new demo, either hire a coach, like a voiceover coach, an acting coach, to help you come up with some new tones and help you develop what you're doing, or practice listening to something else, or like, I don't know. Like these are all things that I go over in a consultation if you're interested. But essentially, you got to pull out some more tones. That's a big takeaway. If I was going to give you like one piece of advice that could help your business and help you make more money, is demonstrate that you can do more than the Tim voice. Does that make sense? Awesome. All right, cool. I want to thank you for joining me today. If you could do me a favor and subscribe, drop some comments down below. It helps the algorithm for YouTube. It helps the channel grow. Share this with any other voice talents that you think could benefit from this as well. If you're interested in also getting a gig review, just like my new friend Tim did, you can click the link down below to get a gig review. Yes. I would be happy to do that for you. As I said before at the beginning of the video, I also offer consultations. That's where the real value comes in. We meet for like an hour plus and really dial it in. Whether you have no profile on Fiverr and you need help getting started, or you've been on Fiverr for a while and you want to just go through it, I offer the whole range. I can for sure 100% help you out. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope your business is growing tremendously, and I will see you next time. If you're looking for another great video to help you out, check out the one that's on the screen right now, and I will see you next time. See ya!